I'm open to what God has in front of me. I am truly optimistic about what my life is about to look like in the next 30 to 50 days. So we're at the airport. I'm gonna tell you how this goes after I do it. I gotta write it down first. I gotta practice it. But I'm gonna get it done. I can do all things through Christ which strengthens me. Okay? Amen. Situation des fonctions de réception de transmission des automobiles est maintenant permise. Yeah, hold on. Yeah. Okay, so if you're interested in litigating, I'll tell you to take it, but I'm not going. I don't even know what that is. Whatever. Just ignore it, honestly. At this point. My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard. Is it good? This is good. Do you want it?
Dude, I didn't even have my car yet. I didn't even have my car yet.
Okay, so I'm walking. My parking's done in 40 minutes. I'm gonna have to hike now because I didn't bring any like workout gear or workout shoes. I brought workout stuff. I kind of want to do a beach workout. It's kind of hot, but it's kind of not. Like, I think being by the beach, it's a little bit cold because the wind and this is like a relaxing trip / work trip. Like, I genuinely feel like I'm gonna spend lots of time in LA. So I'm getting a feel for it. Just like I thought I was gonna spend a lot of time in Los Angeles, I will. Not in this season of my life. So LA is looking like a spot. I'm gonna come to the beach again. I'm going to come to the beach again. So this was just like a view. You know, see what's poppin', see what's going on, get a feel for the vibes. It's giving very chill, calm, cool, and collected. expected and directed and corrected energy. So, like I said, I'm gonna talk about it a little bit more when I get in the car. And I know that these videos are just, I've actually been recording really long videos, but hey, like, why not? Someone's gonna want to watch it. I'm home. Okay, so real life, the sun is amazing. My hair is sweated out though, and that's the sucky part. But it's okay, because I don't really care about that, to be real with you. But we're here in LA, obviously, because I've been showing you that I'm in LA, so. I don't know, is that obvious? Hold on, Dalen's at work, so I went to the beach, which you saw. Had a great time. I was like, wow, I'm actually in LA. Because, like, I was in LA one time in my life for 2 days with my parents and my aunt. And, like, that was a different experience because I was in a different mind frame. Like, I was 19 and I was just, like, I don't know what was wrong with me. That was weird. I'll put some clips because I know I have clips from that trip.
Wild Wild West, baby. Wild Wild West. Kardeisha.
And you say, and I'll say action.
Kardeisha.
What is the title?
Kardeisha Goes to Hollywood.
That's what you made up?
Yeah.
It's a nice title.
Kardeisha Goes to Hollywood.
And action.
Here we are.
Okay. I think I want to live here because, like, I'm so tired of the whole weather. You having a good time? Yeah. They do anything for dramatic effect.
Putting in $1. Sign your name.
Come on, Neville look pretty.
Putty.
Wrote all over that man's face. Can you see?
I can see, but the camera seems like it's not focused. I'm gonna come back and see if it's still there.
Jalen gets off at like 11:30, so like I'll pick her back up. This is her car. That's a Nova Scotia plate, so like I just feel like why am I not in LA like full time? Like why don't I figure out how to make that work? Or I don't even have to do anything. I think God will honestly make it happen for me. I think I can. Now is like rest time. Like Kardeisha, rest your mind, rest your heart, rest your body, rest your soul. Like you are great, and God will always take care of you, and God will put you where you need to be. So I met some really, really cool kids because they actually made my day. Like they were just outside selling, and I was like, yo, what are you selling? Like, and she was kind of singing a song. That's why I even walked over, because I'm like, okay. And I'm like, I like your hair. And I actually really like their hair. And I told them all that I liked their hair because I liked all of their hair. She's like, what do you want? And I was like, what do you think? Like, what do you think I'm feeling like today? Because like the first thing she said to me, she's like, you're chill. And I was like, yeah, I try. Like, I gotta stop using the word try, but genuinely, like, I do feel really chill over here. And I know I've only been here for like a couple hours, but I think this is the start of the trip is how the trip is gonna be. Like, there's not a lot of chaos that's happening, and I'm not showing up in a chaotic way, so kind of gonna sit back and let things come to me, ideas and people and opportunities and whatever. Like, I know the right things will fall into my lap. So, you know, I've been kind of thinking about money, which is fine because that's what I do. Like, I literally think about money a lot. We're not going to say, oh, you spend money to make money, because that's not true. That's actually not true at all. It's actually ridiculous. But this is a Kardeisha trip. And a Kardeisha trip consists of relaxing, downtime, resting, sitting in the sun, and creating, right? Praying, meditating. Like, that's what a Kardeisha trip consists of. So I have yet in my life to have a Kardeisha trip. Like, I did go to London, don't get me wrong, which I'll talk about that one day. Like, one day we'll get into the London tea, because one thing about that London trip, both of them, the second one was worse than the first one. But, like, that was an extended stay. I was moving to another continent. Like, so we'll get into that one day. We will 100% talk about that, but I'll give you a little sneak peek. I'll give you a little sneak peek right now. You know, maybe just a little airport pic or something. But yeah. So London was like, but I did go to London after a really hard time in my life. Like, that was probably the hardest season of my life I've ever experienced. Personally, mentally, physically, emotionally. Like, it was deep depth, highly initiated projections. Whatever the fuck that means. But and then what followed after that was a series of things. Like, and I think this even is a series of things. Like, this trip is a series of things. And I don't think that it's a bad thing. I genuinely think, like, you get what you give. And I'm not regretting anything. And I'm genuinely trusting that God takes care of me and God gives me opportunities to correct myself when things aren't going as planned, but like nothing is actually going as planned. We're genuinely all on this earth figuring it out together. No one knows what's happening on a general sense, but we do get insights and we do get information sometimes. So, you know, like, I'm obviously in LA for a reason, and those reasons may not be known right away. And I'm open to what God has in front of me, like, and what God has for me. And I don't know why, for whatever reason, I am truly optimistic about what my life is about to look like in the next 30 to 50 days. Like, when Larry June put out that song, 60 Days, I literally wrote in my journal 60 days from that date. And I said a whole lot can change in 60 days. And I believed in that. So I know in 60 days from that date, a lot has already and will and is changing as we're speaking, as we're seeing, as we're going, as I'm editing, as I'm posting, as I'm doing the things. Like, bro, like, I'm in LA. Like, what the flip? Like, this was the last time I've been to the States was when I came to LA for 2 days. And then I flew out of LA airport to go to Toronto. I didn't go down home. I went to Toronto and I was supposed to go to the Summer Walker concert. But instead of going to the Summer Walker concert, I went to the Queen and Slim screening. And I'm actually so happy that I went there because, like, I got to actually, like, listen to the directors afterwards. And, like, that was the trip that I told my parents that I'm a director. Like, I'm leaving school and I'm changing my path completely and I am a director. Like, I remember exactly those discussions and those conversations, and then me to actually be stepping into that. And what I explained to my mom is, like, in this stage of my journey, like, because I took that leap of faith and I took the risk of saying, hey, I'm gonna go full-time at this work, like this social work, I'm saying social work as if I'm a social worker, this social media stuff, and like my film work and creative directing and just doing all of the things. Like, I'm stepping into it full time and I'm really willing and ready to see what comes out of it. Genuinely, from the bottom of my heart, I pray that this vlog situation or whatever this is like fun, like, and that you can see that you can do anything if you put your mind to it. And yeah, I'm not a millionaire yet. Sorry, let me rephrase that. I'm a millionaire and the money is in my bank account. Yes, 100%. Does it really matter? Like, you know, I'm always well taken care of. I'm always well fed. I'm always well nourished. Like, listen, God always got us. No matter what is happening around us, God always got us. So you have to remember that. You have to walk in that. You literally have to walk by faith. Sight is misleading. Everything that you see is not always what it is. Like, our brains can make us see many things. So you have to walk in the faith and in the knowing that God is going to handle it for you. That if you prayed about it, that you did your due diligence and you literally put your foot in front of the other, like, God is already handling it as you're walking, as you're stepping, as you're moving, as you're sleeping. Like, you listen, the God I know. Wait a minute, hold on. Okay, I keep switching back and forth from the 0.5 to to the one, but I am the one. And I have some, like, okay, listen, today was an extraordinary day. So, like, I'm gonna be real truthful about it because I don't care. Because, listen, I'm unvaccinated and I don't plan on it, and I never was, and I never, ever, ever, like, you know, like, I will be real, I was feeling the fake card thing for, like, a second, but something about it wasn't right. I'm like, no, this is illegal. But there's a lot of things that we do that are illegal, but whatever. Should I be admitting this on YouTube? I don't know. Okay, but what I'm trying to say is, so whatever, I'm not vaccinated, I never planned on it, never ever wanted to, whatever. I held it down and I kept it moving. So all the traveling that I did, even during the times that they're like, oh, you need to be vaxxed to get into this country and that country, I'm like, they're not gonna ask me. I'm gonna walk up to those people's desk and they're not gonna ask me. And guess what I did? I walked up to those people's desk and they don't ever ask me. So whatever, that's besides the point. But this time, I did not know that you needed a flipping vaccination to be a non-US citizen traveling to US. I thought the US didn't care about it. Like, I thought it was only Canada on the BS. So, like, whatever. Cool. Went to check in last night and I couldn't because they're like, do you, Kardeisha Provo, declare that you're vaccinated? I'm like, no. But they didn't even have a no option. It was literally just like, click yes and go. Or someone else could do it on your behalf. And I was like, no. I just said, oh, I'll just deal with it when I get to the airport. And obviously all the doubts started to creep in. And I started to think, like, man, I'm not going to make it to LA. Like, this is ridiculous. Like, how the fuck did I miss that? I didn't even know that. They didn't tell me that when I went to go book the flight. Are they supposed to? So cool. You have to basically proclaim that you're going to show proof. And I was like, get the flip out of it. So at the kiosk at the airport, I got up there like a couple of minutes early, like before they even opened the airport. And I didn't know that the airport had a certain time that it opened, but I got there like 2:45. But the airport don't open till 3. So I tried to check in on the little kiosk thing because Halifax airport is really small. So, like, whatever, cool. Checked in, or I tried to check in, and they're like, do you, Kardeisha Provo, declare that you're vaccinated and all that foolishness? And I was just like, let me just go up to the desk. So I went and sat in the line for like 15 minutes because it doesn't open until 3. So then the people all come out. I was like waiting. I was nervous, and I wasn't walking by faith. I was genuinely walking by sight, and I was trying so hard to like see beyond the realm of the things in front of me, but I was having a really hard time with that. Like, I was definitely anxious, and I was definitely like, man, they're gonna turn me back away, like thinking about all the different things that I could do to like play it and not remembering who I am, literally not remembering who I am. And that was really what was happening. So cool, trying to play them like, they're gonna ask me about it and I'm gonna be like, and then, or whatever. Or if they try to say you can't go, well then, well, I'm gonna just go to Toronto then, because my stop was in Toronto. Like, let me go to Toronto, and then I would try to finesse it and all these different things. So cool. All right, go up to the desk. The guy's like, nice, cool. He wasn't the one that I wanted to go to anyway, but that's what happens. You always end up going to the guy that you don't want to go to when you're thinking about it. So it happened at the border too, so cool. Go to do the thing, get up there, talking. He's like, whatever, put your bag on there, blah, blah, blah. Bag was 21 pounds. I thought it was going to be like 35 pounds. Every time I go to the airport, my bag is 50 pounds, over 60 pounds, 70 pounds sometimes. Oh my God, I knew when I did that. But whatever, it was 21 pounds. So I was like, wow, I did really well. Like, compared to what I've been through at the airport, I did really well. So 21 pounds, did what I had to do. Cool. I already paid for it because that's what the flight that I booked. So, all right. So now he's like, I'm loving the way the sun's hitting me because I'm going to have a mean tan. I'm going to look good when I do for it. I'm feeling good right now. Anyways, off topic. So, where was I? So, yeah, he says to me, and do you have proof of vaccination? I was like, sure. And he was like, can I see you? And I was like, I don't have that on my I got a new phone. I don't know. I was nervous, so I started to speak nervously and not with authority. Like, I have full authority over my life. These people don't have no authority over your life. God has the final say. So cool. He's like, all right, well, I'll let you go through, but they're gonna ask you about it, so you need to show proof. And I was like, okay. And I was like, all right, cool. So then now the anxiety is really kicking in because I'm like, are they going to ask me at the border? Are they going to ask me in Toronto? Like, where are they going to ask me about this stupid vaccine? Go through the flipping ringer, trying to figure out, like, what can I do? What can I say? How can I move? And then it comes to me, and I just, like, got some encouragement from one of my elders. And that really helped me because I'm like, wait a minute, like, I am native to this land. These people need to get the flip out my face about this vaccine. You're the one that should be giving me a proof of why you're standing behind a desk, sir. Who gave you the authority? Like, and I'm just like, and it's only by air that they require this. So, like, when you drive, you don't have to worry about that. So now I was like, so everybody that be flying back and forth from these different countries, like, are vaccinated. And then I'm like, wait a minute, but I'm flying back and forth from these different countries and I'm not vaccinated and I do not show proof. Like, I have never shown proof. I am not vaccinated and I'm not telling nobody. Like, there's one time that I showed a proof and I'm gonna admit it because I have to. And I don't need to tell nobody when it was. But I definitely said, yeah, I'm vaccinated because it was like the first time. And I was like, I'm gonna see what and the problem is, when I told her I was vaccinated, she went and started talking all the BS about the people that weren't vaccinated. And I was like, this fucking woman. But hey, you live and you learn and you keep it moving at that point. You can't dwell on the past. You just learn from it. So that's what I had to say. I was feeling real guilty and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm starting my trip off on a bad foot. Like, God, please forgive me for it. Like, help me to correct myself. And then I said, you know what? There's no sense of feeling sorry for the situation or feeling guilty or whatever. Like, you're aware now, so correct it. I did my due diligence and I got the encouragement that I needed to really say, okay, you know what? I know who I am. I know what I'm doing. And that is the end of the story. Like, that is always what it is. Like, even at the border, they're like, oh, like, what are you going to LA for? And I'm like, what are you going to LA for? And I'm like, to film. And I was like, but that's not even really true. I'm like, yeah, like, me and a couple of friends are going. He's like, is there anything specific? And I'm just like, no, like, we're just going. Like, And then I was like, man, like, these people are trying to get you up in a lie. All these damn questions. Asking me all these questions. Asking all them questions. Why are you asking all them questions? Making statements. Assuming? Like, get the flip out of here. Listen, they be pissing me off. One thing with it. Anyway. I didn't let them get me too bad because then I was... Okay, and this is where it gets real freaking interesting. Okay, well, my phone's real life gonna die, so I'm gonna have to do this real quick. So anyways, go through the border, they do all that, Mind you, when I get to the border, my flight, I got in Toronto at 6:45, let's say. Yeah, I got in Toronto at 6:45. Boarding for the next flight is at 7:20. So the Halifax to Toronto flight was a little late. So the boarding for the next flight was at 7:20. At 7:20, I was like, 7:26, I was just getting to the security line to go through customs. So cool, went through the security line, then went through customs. When I got out of customs, it was like 7:53. Cool, now I gotta go find this gate. I don't even know what gate it's at because it doesn't say it on my ticket and didn't nobody tell me. So now I'm like looking at the board, trying to figure out where the flip am I going right now because my flight is about to leave. It's not boarding no more, it's about to leave. Everybody's on the plane. Mind you, get to the flipping door. It was at gate 61, gate F61. Get to the flipping thing. And when I tell you there's absolutely nobody there. So there's 3 women at the desk that work for Air Canada. And my phone's on 4%, so I have to say this really quick. So like, 3 women out there working for Air Canada. And they were like, are you Miss Provo? And I was like, yeah. She's like, where have you been? Blah, blah. And I would assume that they've been calling my name for a minute, but I was going through customs and my flight was delayed, so like, I wouldn't have known and whatever. So cool. I get up there and they're like, we literally just took your bag off the plane. I'm like, okay, cool. Mind you, this just sound like a movie. It was actually filming. I was like, okay. And then I wasn't really saying much. I was like, wow. Like, and she's like, where have you been? I'm like, our flight, I came from Halifax. Our flight got in late and then I was going through customs. And then she's like, whatever. So one of them's on the phone, on the walkie, saying like, did you take her bag off already? Like, what are we doing with the passenger? Are we putting her on a next flight? Are we putting her on this flight? And as she's saying that, the flight attendant, border person the boarding person came in and locked the boarding gate thing. So I'm literally looking at the little ramp being pulled from the plane. like literally pulled from the plane. It probably got like right there. And then they're on the phone doing the this, doing the do's, Are we putting her on the plane? Are we doing this? And then they literally booked me on another flight, because mind you, there's 3 of them. So one's on the phone, one's doing her own thing. She's like closing the flight, literally closing the flight. And then the other one, oh, it's still going. And then the other one is booking me on another flight. Literally booked me on another flight, because I have a confirmation email in my email that says I'm on another flight. And then boom, they're like, is she still there? Where's the passenger? Like on the walkie. And then they're like, she's right here with me, like, tell me what you're doing. And then I see the gate going back to the plane. I'm like, oh my goodness, interesting. So, and then I see the guy from the baggage situation walks up into the gate thingy, and they're like whatever, but the gate is literally going back to the plane. So they're like, okay, take her down. And then they're like, I have never seen this happen before. When a flight is boarded, the flight is boarded. And they literally unboarded that flight for me and let me get on that flight. And one thing about it, I walked on, the man knocked on the plane window door, and they opened the window door and they let me on. So at that point, I was genuinely amazed at God. And they're like, it's your lucky day. I'm like, thank you, God. I don't believe in luck. I believe in God. And I honestly know that God hears my prayers and answers them, and will always put me in front of the people that I need to be put in front of, and will always put me in front of the places I need to be put in front of, and will always get me through the situations and scenarios that I need to be getting through. So I thank God for that. And I'm here now. So no, and this is the main reason why I'm saying this. All of that was happening. Therefore, they wasn't worried about no freaking vaccination check. Look at God. Look at God. I walked onto that plane like I was somebody's flipping, I don't know who the flip, but I was like, wow, these people really did that for me. Like, it was kind of cool. And I know they were like, who is this girl? Like, why would they unboard a plane for this girl? I didn't even say nothing to those people. I literally just said, I'm coming from Halifax. And they're like, boom, you're getting to LA. And I got to LA, and I'm here. Testimony done. Yeah, I just got a massage, and it was pretty good. But then he also got me. Hi, how are you? He also got me for an extra $22 actually, because I only asked for a back massage, and then they were touching my feet. But I knew that though. It's okay. I felt good. Something for myself today, even though I was overpriced. But tomorrow we're gonna be on a bit more rations. Well, it's the word that my mom used, but that's not the word that I'm using. Because that doesn't even make sense in my world. Okay, so here we have the store. I want them. Dang. Thought I was on rations. I'm gonna buy it for kicks. It's the details. Okay. Listen, don't be like me and low-key buying the first thing you see, but that's what I do all the time, and I end up loving it. Because if I buy something like right away, nah, pretty bad at that. Nah, you know what? I'm getting better at it. But I said, like, if I walk away without these shoes, I'm gonna be so sad. It's a black bookstore. Something is off. Westfield Mall. Bronx Hill Mall, whatever you want to call it. I spent enough money today where I don't need to eat anymore today. I'm good on that. But real life though, like, I deserve a pair of shoes. I'm always convincing myself of things. Because I've honestly, the past couple little bits of money that I made, I've spent it on paying my bills and my credit cards and like different little things, like investments, like coming on this trip and like, you know what I mean, like that thing. And this is an investment. Like, this trip isn't just vacation. Like, I'm here doing work, I'm here networking, I'm here actively like getting my affairs in order, genuinely getting my affairs in order. And I'm not playing games about it, because, you know, girls gotta eat. So what's gonna happen tonight? You bought yourself a pair of shoes, and maybe I'm the person that, you know, buy first and then it activates me. No, that's not what I do. But, and I'm not really, well, you know, I do my best not to be a very materialistic person, but hey, I do like things. But I deserved a pair of shoes. Like, why am I trying to convince myself that I didn't deserve a pair of shoes? Money comes to me frequently and abundantly. Listen, Kardeisha, you are doing amazing right now. Yeah, okay, whatever. LA, whatever. Like, yeah, whatever. You paid for this trip. But listen, being out here for the time that you're going to be out, for the things that you're going to do out here, like, God wouldn't have brought you here for no reason. Honey. Maybe I should have left the car off because I'm not ready to go yet. I'm going to turn it off because it's playing games anyway. Like, all that noise. Okay. Listen, you're doing great work. You've released some new things. You've published some new things. You've been doing some great things. And you deserve to feel exactly the way you want to feel. Like, you want to have fly kicks on your feet. You don't want to be walking around in them shoes that boy bought you. No, for real. Like, I actually don't. Like, I actually don't want to wear those. I might give them away or, like, something. I'm going to wear them, though. Don't get me wrong. Because I actually like those kicks. But, like, you know, like, I want to be the person that can spoil myself and then also get spoiled by my man. Like, that's me. Like, I want to ice my own neck out. And I'm gonna. Like, what? And I know it's not about that. I know that the world can make us think that, like, material things is what we need. But I do deserve to feel luxurious. Like, and feel... Like, I feel luxurious without a pair of shoes on. I feel luxurious with any pair of shoes on. Like, I feel luxurious without a pair of shoes on. I'm good regardless, but I wanted those shoes. And I'm sitting here convincing myself because, like, I'm thinking about, like, my mom or, like, whoever else, like, judging me, like, oh, like, you're not rich, you don't have all this money, but you went and bought yourself a pair of shoes. But, like, I literally don't buy anything for myself anymore. Like, I used to. For my birthday, I bought a shirt and a purse. And it was, like, $20, like, maybe, like, $60. And that's the thing, like, I'm gonna be very open and honest about my money situation, because when it's up, it's up, and when it's down, it's down. So you're gonna know about it, because I'm not gonna be, oh, here fronting like I got it when I don't, like, or I'm not gonna be, oh, here fronting like I don't got it when I do. So it's like, you get what I'm saying, what you see is what you get, and that's what it's gonna be forevermore. So I feel no ways about it, like, absolutely no ways. Like, I'd be straight. Like, I don't know. I'm gonna do my best to be truthful and open and honest, because that's, like, it just feels like it's more real that way, and not just in a real sense, like, oh, I'm not trying to be, like, somebody that people associate with. Well, yeah, I am real, so I'm being as real as I can be, and my truest, most authentic self. And honestly, like, every time I listen to, like, YouTubers or, like, you know, people of influence and whatever, I'm always just like, yo, how do you pay for that? Like, genuinely, like, if they buy something in a vlog or video, I'm like, how did you pay for that? Like, who paid for that? And if you paid for it, like, what did you do to get that money? Like, why don't we talk about that anymore? Like, not saying anymore, like, anyone ever did. But yeah, I know no one actually, like, talks about it, but I'm gonna talk about it because, like I said, like, there's multiple different ways of how I'm trying to get money right now. And, like, I'm not trying to get money. Listen. I'm not on a money hungry tip, okay? I'm on a figuring out how I'm finna manifest as well, like YG said. Cause now I'm on that big dude that my mama doing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm in LA, and I wanted to buy a pair of shoes to treat myself for making it here. Actually, let's just put it like that. I'm like, birthday, making it here, doing all the great work that I've done over the past couple of months. Like, I've been just, like, taking money and paying for things or buying things, or, like, you know what I mean? Like, I have to take care of myself, and I am an adult now, so I am not relying on anyone else to take care of me. If anything, I'm going to take care of them. So and, like, when I say them, I mean, like, my parents or, like, whoever, like, you know, I'm not going to be in a situation where, like, I'm looking for a man to, like, give me everything, but, like, a man can give me anything. My man. But I'm gonna also contribute to the wealth. That's the thing. Like, I am a contributor. If we're filing the taxes together, if we're married, There's no common law. I mean, maybe, I don't know, maybe that's what you're supposed to do because that's what everybody does. But it's listen, like I said, I'm gonna contribute to the wealth building in my family. First and foremost, in my family, in my own life, in my own generational wealth building that I am bringing into the world. And I'm gonna contribute to my man when I have a man, husband, you know, like my children. Like, I'm gonna be a contributor. So I have to move and groove and do my thing. I have to be a big stepper in my own right, and I have been being. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm doing my best not to do all the credit situations, and I 100% still do. But that's like things that I'm learning through. And what I'm trying to do is learn how to manage my money better, and that is the challenging thing. So I'm gonna go home and do some like reworking of my, I don't want to talk about budgets, but I'm gonna do some like some cash flow situations and like figure that side out, because I really need to learn like how to move my money properly so that I make the most money. You know what I mean? Like, what do I have to pay? What do I have to buy or acquire that is gonna make me the most money? Like, I don't think buying shoes is like something that will make me money at all. Like, I don't think that's an expense, like completely an expense. It's almost like a costume design, and I'm not wearing a costume. I'm literally, this is how I want to move. This is what I want to do. Like, I bought those shoes because they match my favorite sweater. Like, do you get what I'm saying? Like, and my favorite sweater came from a designer in Nova Scotia that I love, that is actually family. Like, that's what I'm doing. Like, I'm putting, yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to convince myself of buying a pair of shoes when really the simple thing is I literally just bought a pair of shoes because I wanted to buy a pair of shoes. Like, why is that so hard, Kardeisha? Like, I don't understand why you're even talking about this still. But that's what I do. That's what I do. I talk a bunch of foolishness all the time. It's not a problem though. Oh wow. Let there be light. And so it was. So on that note, I don't want to like grind harder, but like I do have to like put my brain to good use and also rest to receive. Like, I know that God is already handling it and taking care of it. I don't even know why I'm worried about it. And if the more I keep worrying about it, is the more that it becomes like a thing, right? I don't know. Talking about it sometimes helps, but it also sometimes hinders, because it's like you're being repetitive. You're repeating the same thing over and over and over and over again. The whole point of this story is that I bought myself a pair of shoes because I liked them. And I'm thinking about what I just read in Rich Dad Poor Dad, like, and I gave the book away, so I no longer have access to the book, so I have notes, so I have to go back and review my notes. But at the same time, I have to trust that I know what I'm doing, and that I'm moving at the speed of light, and that God is with me, and that everything is taken care of, and that I took care of myself. Like, I paid for a $40 massage in there. That was like, okay, like I felt good. I feel ready. I feel like my body is taken care of. Yeah, I invested in the physical. Like, okay, yeah, I did. I 100% did. And I'm gonna go home and reinvest it into the spiritual, and I'm gonna keep doing those things. Like, what? Like, why are you even? It's because you're talking to a camera. That's why you're even doing this. If you were just sitting here thinking to yourself, you would have forgot about them shoes. But I'm also trying to make really smart decisions, like, and I'm questioning myself, and I'm not trusting myself, and that's a problem. So I'm gonna have to work on that, because we're gonna have to trust ourselves in this season, especially in this place. Yes, LA is extremely expensive, and that's all people keep saying to me. LA is expensive, but I also know LA is a place that I'm gonna make a lot of money. Like, I just, money's gonna follow me. Like, I know that. I can feel it and I can sense it. Like, I genuinely believe that, because like I do have talents that I can offer this city, and not like in a way like, oh, there's so many talented people here, just like there's so many talented people in Toronto, just like there's so many talented people in London, just like there's so many talented people in Nova Scotia. But like, I know my value, and I know my worth, and I know what I'm here to do. And like I said, that's relax, reflect, reconsider some of my programs and plans and things that I have in place, and like get to the work. Like this is where the work gets connected. Like the Nova Scotia LA connection is gonna be strong as F. Like, the London one was a little bit difficult to like maintain for just myself, but I solidified it. Like, and I'm saying this so candidly because like it's real life. Like when someone watches this video, that's someone that understands what I'm talking about. They're gonna be like, yeah, because I was doing that in this city, and I was doing that in that city, and I was also in the city that you're in. Like, so when we connect with the people that we all connected with, then everybody's just connected. Like, it's like connections will literally take you, well, okay, manners and respect will take you around the world and back again, but connection is how you do that. Like, you have your manners, you have your respect, you be who you are to your fullest extent, and that creates a web of connections around you and the people that are connected to you, and then boom, everything just expands. Like, we are all here for a purpose and for a reason. So like, run it up, Cardi. Turn it up, Cardi. Share, document, do your thing, do what you're doing right now. Talk to the camera if you want to, which I'm doing. I know. Okay, that was me having a conversation with myself, but now we're stepping fully into it. Oneness with the Creator and with all of God's creations. Show me how good it can get, dear God. I know it can get better. I know it is better. I have seen you do your thing, so do it in my life and do it in the life of everybody around me. Okay? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for allowing me to have the money in my pocket to buy myself a pair of shoes so I could feel fly and look fly. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, because I feel fly every day, but now my feet are going to be stepping because I'm stepping with the ancestors. And one thing about it, they're in that maroon red. Yes, why would I not be wanting to wear maroon on my feet? Listen, okay, we're on to something here. Maroon, gold, beige, and white. We're on to something. Listen, royalty. Listen, Linda. Okay, that was enough. I think we've had enough of talking to the camera for the past couple of days. I literally have probably like an hour and a half worth of talking. And I know people are going to be sick of it, but I don't give a flip because no one even watches these videos right now. And that's the best thing for me. That is the best thing for me because I get to rewatch myself. It's like a video journal. I get to rewatch myself, listen back to what I said and thought about, and I get to post it. And then it's there forever. And then you can watch it whenever you feel like it. It could be one view. I literally don't give a flip. Like, I actually love it better when there's only one view because I actually share from my freaking heart. Like, it's like almost invasive. Like, why am I putting this on YouTube? But like, bro, listen, I can only be me, and me is that what you see is what you get. There's no in between. Like, this is why I don't go nowhere. This is why I don't be around certain people, because I'm like, yo, if you don't get it, like, you just won't get it. And it's like discouraging. But now I don't care anymore. I don't care anymore because I care too much. And I was tripping. I'm done caring about that. I'm moving forward and I'm stepping into who I am, and that is it. And that's the word of the day. Be who you are. Be who you are and don't back down. Like, come on, you know who you is and you know what you're doing, and that's the end of it. And that's that on that. Okay, that is that on flipping that. Have a great night, afternoon, evening, morning, whatever it is in your rising situation. Have an amazing one and stay true to yourself and stay true to your people. Like, you're out here doing it for everybody, not just you. So get to stepping. Get to stepping. Why are you playing with yourself? Get to stepping. What? Okay.